the moment you will start your own startup, you will experience this development of you yourself as a person, but also your role in the company. And at times it's quite difficult to do both at the same time. I started this as a hobby like 5 years already ago. And last year I decided to start a real company. It was a quite, I would say, interesting transition from working together with an agency, building the flatsforfriendz products or an iOS app and a web app and stuff like that, and also trying to hire the first people. Yeah, sometimes had these imposter syndromes of why am I here? Is everything working? Why are the people working together with me? Now I need to hire new people. There's also some pressure because we're not VC backed. We are a bootstrap company. So there were just a lot of things that came together. And then I reached out to James, and then we really slowly but steady started digesting the problem, understanding the business, understanding me as a person also a bit more. And yeah, that's where we started. Working with James is very good because he also understands business, the business side of things, right? He's trying to put my feelings and who I am as a person also in like business perspective. So what really helped is when I talk with James, it's like, okay, you have these 10 hats on. Which hat is currently the most important one? Yeah, and let's prioritize. Let's try to dig down to what really matters in that phase of the company. And could you maybe hang the hats on the side, several hats on the side? Obviously, it helps the company if the founder is in control, is structured, has someone to talk to. James is like not a friend. He's like far off, and he has a very rational perspective on things and really gives me the tools when I'm in a stressful situation. The total sum is going to be a much more calmer founder that then has a clearer view on the strategy of the company. In the beginning, when you start your company, you feel like, hey, I don't need any support. I'm going to be the one who's going to push everything forward. And then suddenly you are at this moment where you're by yourself late at night in the office in the winter months, and you need someone to, I would say, talk to who's also not a good friend of yours. The reservation that I had in the beginning of, is coaching okay? Can I publicly talk about it? Is it a sign of weakness? Quickly went away when I had my first talk with James. I mean, James came via a very warm recommendation of other people that have previously worked with them that I highly respected. And I still respect. I would say there's one thing that really resonates with me, and this is kind of this chimp human metaphor. Once you have this feeling, this maybe anger, but a bit frustration, you feel just very emotional, you quickly realize, okay, maybe that's not the human who is currently in control. Maybe it's the chimp, and you want to get loud, and maybe you want to shout, and maybe you don't see the tree in front of the forest. And there's kind of this saying in German. So sometimes you need to take the decision. You need to take the decision in the human. Once I have this feeling, there's directly a little alert in my head and be like, okay, do you need the chimp right now, or do you need the human, the rational human that needs to take a decision, that needs to be calm? And that's something that, it's something that you use in business, but also in your private life, right? When you have a significant other and you have like arguments, it's just cool to know. I would say the overall experience of having someone who also listens from time to time, then understanding the combination of, okay, it's about founder, business, and also like maybe private life and then business life, like having someone who kind of understands it and has seen multiple different other perspectives also in his life, and then giving you like tips to use was just an overall experience like super valuable and really helped. You have different phases in your startup life, and you have different phases in your founder life as well. And sometimes there are companies that I think they fail because the founder was not able to do the transition to be a good CEO and a good leader, right? They were great founders, but maybe not great CEOs, especially in the beginning where you feel a lot of pressure. Then you need to be heads down, you just work, you're focused. And it's not about it. I would say it comes with consistency, but there are also times where you just be like, okay, I had great 6 months and I learned a lot. I think I'm now in a good space or a good place. And now, like maybe in 3-6 months, again, you start the conversations because things have changed a bit. This overall experience just really nice. And I think you just need it in different phases in your entrepreneurial life.